what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and start the phyllo pastry. And phyllo is in the frozen. It's in the frozen part of the store. It's in the dessert section. There's two kinds. There's a Pepperidge Farm, and then there's this Greek phyllo dough. These are small sheets. They're not the big phyllo pastry sheets. They're small sheets. They're only like this big, you'll see. And they come in two tubes. And I've already made one firecracker, and I'm going to make another one right now. And I've only used one tube for both of these firecrackers because it only uses 8 half sheets. So this is what it looks like. This is a wonderful product. You have to thaw it out. It's kind of particular. You have to keep it covered while you're working it, otherwise it dries out and cracks. So we're going to make this firecracker, this jalapeno cheddar, Cabot Jalapeno Cheddar. It's Cheddar Jack. It's Pepper Jack. We're going to make this Pepper Jack firecracker. This is a kind of a mild Pepper Jack. It's not the habanero cheese that also Cabot has. You can make it hotter or whatever. And then that goes. We're gonna have this beautiful compote, this beautiful fall fruit compote to dab on top of it. The flaky pastry and the cheese. This gets dabbed on top of it. And this is like you see here. It's a fall fruit. So it's got beautiful organic beautiful organic pink lady apples. It's called Pink Crisps, and those are in the organic section of the produce aisle, as well as organic Honeycrisp. Those are in here. There's figs and whatever it says on the recipe there, figs and apricots, and I didn't use brandy because we don't sell brandy in the store, so I used Marsala wine, and you can use either. I think it really adds a depth to the compote. So, all right, enough said. Moving on. Now, what I need to do here is get these pastry sheets covered in butter. This is, I've got 6 tablespoons of butter melted here with a lemon, so that's like 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And that's melted here. And what I'm going to do is just start the pastry sheets. As you see, they're very, very thin and they're very delicate. Somebody actually rolls these things out. I'm serious. So, I mean, this is an old Greek pastry. I mean, it's not made by old Greeks by any, but it's a, come on, that was a joke. Gah! Everybody's so serious tonight. Oh no, I can't screw this up. Okay, so you just what you do here is you actually just brush butter on the sheets, and you keep the other sheets covered as you're doing this. Otherwise, like I said, they'll dry out. This pastry is awesome. You can make a beautiful, very flaky, gorgeous Greek spinach pie called spanakopita. That's made with this. This is also like streusel pastry. Again, made by old Germans instead of the old Greeks. Evidently. So you keep doing this. I'm layering it and buttering every single sheet as it goes up. And you butter the whole thing. And so you can see this is not really a Weight Watchers recipe. But you don't eat this every day. You know, this is a special occasion. And not only that, but it's an appetizer. So you're not going to eat, like, you're not going to just sit there with a whole firecracker and eat it. Some people may, but You're right, it is, and it's just because it's so flaky and so wonderful. It is, I know, it does, doesn't it? And you can get the shells, there's some phyllo shells as well, just these little cups. And you can actually, you can make your own cups with this, doing just exactly what I'm doing. I do this in catering quite a bit, and I just use a pizza wheel and make squares and put those into muffin cups or into little mini muffin cups or mini cupcake cups and make my own pastry shells. It's really wonderful. And then you can fill those with chicken salad or whatever. Okay. So you can see what I'm doing. It's pretty simple. It's my oven. It's saying it's tired of waiting for me. So are you guys going away anywhere for the holidays? You don't go anyplace fun? Everyone's just hanging out. You know it's going to get really, really cold coming up here. Just a couple of days. We have the giant cold front zooming on down. Where I came out of before we came down here to 3 winters ago now, Minneapolis, they're going to get 6 inches this week. Don't miss it. Forget about it. It's mighty cold up there. So I've got a couple more sheets left. What do you want? Exit timer. And I'm trying to actually get these stacked nicely. I don't want them all over the place because I'm going to be rolling the cheese in it. And so I don't want the cheese to be oozing out of the pastry. And I didn't cheat them. I didn't do two pastry sheets at a time. They really are just one pastry sheet at a time. But putting the butter between them, you know what that does, right? It makes just like croissants. So this is just like kind of a croissant class. Okay, this is the last sheet. 8-ish. Did anybody else see the tofurkey segment on Daytime Tri-Cities last Friday? You missed me. What?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. If I get one person that sees it, I'm happy about it. Okay, I'm turning it off. Now, I've got them all buttered, every single one of them. Now I'm going to take this whole I'm going to just take a sliver off of this 8-ounce cheese. I'm going to take a sliver off the side. So it reduces it by about 2 ounces, like it says. So you have about 6 ounces. You have like a 6-ounce bar. Then you lay that like that, right into the middle of the sheets. And then what you do is you take your pastry brush, and this is an egg, and like it says, you just take this down the edge of the phyllo pastry, and then you get it to where you're comfortable with it, and then you just flip it over onto the cheese. Can you guys see that? Okay, I'll put it over here. Can you see the chocolate? Okay. All right. I'm so sorry. But you knew what I was doing, right? You knew I was layering the butter. Okay, it wasn't that interesting anyway. Okay, so now the cheese is in there, and I took off a little bit of it, so it's like It's because it's recipes for 6 instead of 8. Okay, so so now I flipped the pastry over onto the cheese. And then I'm going to flip it again. I'm just going to keep rolling it. Okay. Seam side down is going to go on the. So now I've got this like thing with cheese in it. It's like little stuffed cheese, and I'm going to twist the ends. And this is going to make the firecracker. Of course you can, but it just won't be as good, but of course. I like heat and sweet, but you know, that's me. You could use anything you'd like. So I'm going to, this one I did earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven. It's, no, I think I'll just wait for a few minutes. I'll put both in the oven at the same time. I want to get it firmed up just a little bit before I put it into the oven, so it goes into the refrigerator for just a little bit. It looks like a giant candy. You don't do anything else to it except bake it.